skips or saves anymore. Anyways, 3, 2, 1. Starts the same way as usual. I really should plug in a controller so I can match on the controller, but whatever. No, but like the main thing is that I found out that you don't have to talk to a certain person, and then that you can promote early, which I legit didn't know. And I also found out that if you match through these pictures, that they actually go by faster, which I legit did not know until now. So there's that, I suppose. And invisible enemies for Millennium 2, because Millennium 2 just does not hit the same if you don't have so you'll notice that I'm actually not using Fairy Love. Oh my god, that was awful. I wasn't looking. You'll notice I'm not using Fairy Love just because I honestly find John appearing twice to be slower compared to the help that she actually gives. So I'm never sure if like hide or fight. It's always a risk because in the swamp it doesn't work to begin with. Same in the forest. Like it doesn't work anywhere except here in Millennium 2. So if you get less than 3 encounters total, it's worth it, right? If you get 2 encounters or 3, it's still okay. So this is worth it because I did saved sometime, because normally you get 3 guaranteed encounters. So the main way to run is different, is that I run in here at the start, talk to her, obviously, go to promotion, promote Marin to Shiva since it's the first one, Benoit to Handmaster because it's the first one, Corinne to Baroness, which is lucky that it's the first one, and then just cancel a Hirado because you don't need this promotion. Does that save time? No, but you know. And then head into Mistrock. And then the Mash Fest begins. So if you remember, the time at the Worm is 7:21. Like that was the best time. So if we can get to the Worm at 7:21, or say 10 seconds late, 20 seconds late, that's fine. The only issue is like I'm having a hard time perfecting the Worm fight because you do need Sean, but it's a pity that you need him because Marin can easily crush him if you didn't need Sean. And yeah, a lot of fights are easier without Sean in this, because she doesn't actually deal much damage in this one a lot of her time. I mean, I'll be real, I don't even remember where the Scorpion King is. It's been quite a while since I 100%ed this. But I suppose. I mean, if you really want your save file to have him as promoted, I suppose. But yeah. Yeah, no. It's in the lakes out west of Mistrock. Yeah. Oh, right, I remember. Well, whatever. Alright. So we're at 410 right now. That should be fine. Not entirely sure. Oh yeah, no, we still need to go back to green grass. No. Well, anyways. 420. Talk to Borgen. That's fine. I think one of the smallest time saves that is the most annoying is when the NPCs in Mistrock screw up your pathfinding. It's like if you're unlucky, the green guy here moves down and makes you take another step. Alright, so 5-5-5. And Borgen's little speech to the counselor. I've also found out that if you press enter fast enough, the guard actually starts talking. Like a little bit early, so that you can skip his walking animation towards Borgen. You can skip the animation back, but you can skip the animation towards Borgen. Which, you know, is cool in its own way. It's like such a minuscule skip, but it is a skip, technically. Because especially with Millennium 2, it really is about those very small skips and fixes. Because there just isn't that much else left. Also, this is why we use Invisible. Because I didn't get any encounters here. Also, I discovered that the place you fall is actually random. If you get lucky, you fall like 2 tiles more down. Which also saves some time, I suppose. What is that? And we continue. I also discovered that you can just like clench to the left side there. You don't have to go to the middle, which is cool. See, same thing here. These are guaranteed encounters normally, and instead you only get one, which is cool. So Invisible, Millennium 2 is definitely the only one where Invisible encounters is guaranteed to save you time unless you get awful RNG. Collect this one orb. Smash through the fish dialogue. Get ready to ignore. And there we are. Okay, so 7-12. That's really good. No crits. Oh, I forgot to give him the Saint Sword. Crap. Ah, that sucks. Okay, he does crit there, so that's cool. See, you could go for Red Orb with Marin here, but yeah. That. The damage he deals is so hard to justify using Red Orb. 750 at the end of the worm fight, so we're not even at 8 minutes yet, so that's pretty good. Like, compared to usual, that is actually pretty damn good. The funny thing is that a fifth of the run is literally over. Honestly, that is legit what she seems like. She's like, nah. That's it for me. Now, I'm gonna try running the Ulf Scimitar this run. I'm not sure how much better the Saint Sword is, but the animation of the Saint Sword is incredibly long. So, you know, and Benoit does get the first strike with this one, so we shall see how useful this is. I think it'll lose me time in the long run, but we shall see. Yeah, it really is. Although the optional stuff does make it like significantly longer, obviously. It is pretty short if you cut it out. Yeah, see, that's what I'm trying. So we'll see. Because I also don't know what the affinities are between them. Like the Saint Sword is good in undead, but there's no undead in this run. So we'll see. I also found a small skip once you get the green grass. It is so minuscule, but you can cut through here to like save a second. And that's not like about a second, it's like a second. Merlin, please. Merlin, please. The RNG on Merlin is awful. Like, she needs to move, and sometimes she just doesn't. It's karma for, like, the other one moving perfectly. Lord Reagan feeling serene. At 10:40. Okay. I'm not using splits because I keep messing them up and like accidentally ending my timer, and I just don't want that. And of course, she had to go right, thus triggering dialogue, because Merlin felt like just ruining this run in general today. Also, I've noticed that James like spawns at all kinds of spots throughout Millennium 1 and 2. Honestly, the main issue with this run is that the Griffin can definitely kill you. Like, compared to the other story mode bosses, he's actually pretty difficult. Like, not difficult, but you know, difficult in the sense that you still want to speedrun him, but you also kind of have to take him seriously, because if you don't, he just annihilates you. Oh, it was probably planned out. Indy has most of his stuff planned out. So this is my issue, like, the animation is faster, but he does move before Marin, which is annoying a lot of the time. Also, I need to put Marin on countering because this save is regenerating. And that is so slow. Right, so reminder for this save file, gotta do a lot of things. Alright, so one of the things I didn't know is that you can just ignore that guy. I thought you had to talk to him for some reason. So we don't. We get to ignore him. And then we start picking up baskets. Avoid that gold. Getting awful RNG here, so... Because yeah, the Autumn Forest is actually the only place, apart from green grass, that the hiding thing actually still works. After this it stopped working because all the enemies are surrounding you in the forest and the swamp. Okay, here we go. Our first Monstros. Nice counter from Marin, 600 damage there. That's good. That's good. I'm just wondering if the Scimitar deals better damage to the night spiders. That would be great. Like, that would be really great. But I suppose we won't notice that until we're at that point. I should try to memorize, like, what time I usually get to this place so that I can just end the run. Like, just end the run if we don't get here in time, because there's no real point in Millennium 2 to keep going if your Autumn Forest time is bad. I know my best time is 35 minutes at the temple. So like entrance of the temple, 35 minutes. 35:54. Yeah, I figured. So now it's a question whether the animation of getting it is faster or slower. And then you can decide whether or not you're saving a second. That's a bit minuscule though, like... I'm all for saving everything you can. But with that one, I do wonder, like, does it matter? Alright, so here we go. And we cut short, cannot walk under that rock, so we need to go right. Go up. Also, I discovered that you don't actually have to heal at any point here, because you heal after you go to the grave with a boo. Okay, bye. If your import actually has gold, you can buy the Silver Alliance here for a boo, which is a better weapon than what he has. I think. I don't know yet. It's like 50-50. Because in my last run, I actually grabbed... in my last run, I actually grabbed it from the secret room with the spiders, but you have to go through like 5 money bags and 2 orbs to do that. Which, for obvious reasons, we don't want to do. Yeah. Got my voice. No, yeah, it's a good weapon. Although the Hunter Trident is kind of good because it can one-shot a lot of enemies. Like with the KO status. Okay, so here's D. With D, we give her the Miracle Key, the Amazing Hat of Alchemy, and nothing else. This is why... Actually, this might be why giving Benoit the Elf Scimitar might be good. Because now he's faster, so D won't go before him. That actually might be legit. Because usually the issue is that D goes before Benoit. But... we now don't have to worry about that. Because he'll go first. That's slightly big brain. I'm not quite sure if it's relevant yet. I can, but I'm actually trying to keep her in this time. In the logic that with the Elf Scimitar, Benoit goes first. Also, I really want to check if that's like spot to the left is a skip, because I'm so sure it is. But I also really don't want to ruin a run by trying. Remind me after this run that I try. Check that, if that's a skip or not. Because I think you can bounce up there, but I'm not sure. Encounter luck 0, by the way. Okay, Mash Fest. Alright, here we are. The worst part is that you can actually get encounters here on Invisible. Which is bad for all the obvious reasons. And Mash Fest the second. Yes, it's very unfair, Marin, and you can blame Clarissa. Alright, so we're almost coming up to the real-time saves. Even though I'm still not 1000% sure that they'll work. Yeah, he's not a... Also, there's a mapping mistake there. Because during the cutscene, they're standing like a tile to the right. Which makes you think that the first thing you'll have to do is press down. But it's actually press right. Because after the cutscene, they're a tile to the left again. Which is something only a speedrunner would notice. Since it literally does not matter otherwise. But it does matter to us. So... Alright. I was too fast with my skip. Whoops. It's like the issue of like getting too good at escaping fast. You'll accidentally press it. Alright, Abu joins. Alright, now that Abu's here, we can equip him with the Morning Star, the Dark Gloves, the Skull Helmet, and we can just continue. No need to check his other stuff. I refuse to believe that there's no jump from and to that upper tile. I'm definitely rechecking that place after this run. There has to be a skip there. Back to Schumann we go. Whee. Pressed left too early. So this part's the real reason why I'm keeping D in the party. Because usually she really doesn't do anything useful. But if you enter the spider caves with her, she actually can kill the night spiders with her fire finger pretty easily. Which, considering how long they take, you know. It's one of those things, it could be a skip. Yeah, checking the flyer is really annoying. Because if I just talk to her, she couldn't mention her griffin. Also, I always hate how Olafsson says no to letting you check the tunnels. Like, does he not see that we have a forest pixie and a boo with us? Like, I can understand if Marin was on her own, but look at that party. I don't feel it's that ridiculous to imply that she could get rid of the spiders. I got bad spider AI, by the way. Alright, here's a tough one. 2 monstroses. See, look at that. Look at that crit damage, though. And look at that. Admit it. That damage is insane. That fire finger does not kill this, and I don't know why. I think it's because they're defending. But I haven't been able to figure out like when she kills it and when she doesn't. But Rafflesia does kill, so that's cool. Right, that kills, that runs, that's fine. That kills. He decides to attack for some reason. Yeah, no, like, getting it is cool and all, but it's definitely not worth it in Millennium 2 because of how long it takes. Also, I hate how this Monstrose does not actually lose the protection status even after you kill the layer. It's like that's supposed to be the point, but it doesn't go away if you defeat the layer. Alright, so you have to like put him to sleep or put boredom on him in order to make him ignore the fact that it's Juju, I remember. Oh wow. Okay, so that one was defending. That's annoying. The paralysis is really good if they're defending because it makes them unable to defend. And like it actively pulls them out of their defend. I don't want you to attack the lair. Is it that hard to grasp? Okay, Marin is lucky that she critted. Okay, so this is 2 minutes off of world record right now. 2 minutes faster. Like, my world record is 28 when you finish the spiders. So I just want to point out that that is world record time so far. Yeah, keeping D in the party as long as you give Benoit the Elf Scimitar so he can clean up everything that D doesn't have to touch is definitely a good call. And giving Abu the Morning Star helps in the sense that it lets him make enemies mad. All for the benefit of pulling as many enemies out of their defense status. Since if they defend, it's annoying. Alright, back to Jezebel. Against my will. You can talk to her from the side, by the way. I think Olafson is like, yeah, sure. You know, clean out the spider, then take Jezebel with you. Please. Please take her with you. Also, you can tell that Indy did not intend for you to talk to her from the side. Just by looking at Marin right now. The big issue is that this actually automatically puts Jezebel into your party. Even though you really don't want her in your party. And I think it kicks D out by default. Even if you put Abu in the last slot. Yes, it does. So I'm not sure if I want to keep D or Jezebel. JK. Yes, I am. The only thing I hate more than D is Jezebel, so. Yeah, in a 100% run, you definitely want Jezebel here. I guess this is where my apprehension for the Elf Scimitar starts, because at this point Marin can one-shot everything, and now Benoit is just in the way. Which is why I was hesitant, and why I was like, okay, I'm not sure which is more useful. And I'm still not entirely sure. Although, once again, it does let him go before the monkeys. If you get the displeasure of facing any monkeys. So there's that. I don't know. I genuinely don't. She ditches it at the start of 3 because Olafson did tell her to only do the training for a while, since otherwise she would become reliant on it. Shaking my head. Do you even read the opening cutscenes? I mean, you can't casually run from the monkeys, like just saying. Running from them fails so often, even on story mode. I just failed to run from a giant gorilla. Marin sucks. There we go. Now I'm running from the monkeys casually. Technically, you can do that before you fight the spiders. And then D will kill every spider with Fire Finger easily. So I suppose I should have done that, but I forgot. That basket is probably worth it. But all I'm seeing is 31. Yeah, that's why I'm giving them. You can tell by her HP how many levels she gained, by the way. Like, look at her HP and consider it was almost full. That really says enough. Same. Alright, so the world record is 35:54 when entering the temple. I'm not sure how much better this is, but... I've looked for skips here so often, and I have never found any... Oh my god. Come on, come on. Also, you can't hide here. Also, I know if you go left straight away, it's faster, but my brain just does not want to. Oh my god, you can't go that way. Back to Borgen. Alright. Here we go. Pew pew. Gigantine's cave. Also, I find it funny, they make such a big drama of entering here, but in the end, there really aren't any enemies worth noting. Except the spiders that they have been killing the entire day. Also, you would think that the spider issue would be a bigger thing, like outside of Schumann. So no, when I say 35:54 is the world record, that's my better run that I was doing earlier that got cancelled. So it's not like the current we are, it's the better personal best that isn't valid as a run. Alright, ignore Bogdan. Note how he does appear here, even if you ignore him in Autumn Forest. Sadly. I would have loved it if he just didn't appear. No, not even that, but you would just think that they would, like, appear in the east. Kinda weird that they stick to the forest, and not a millimeter further. I swear, if Gigantine chases me. That's the worst luck I've had, ever. Like, I came out of the cave and Gigantine just bodied me. Okay, well that's 35 seconds down from PB, so that's good. "35 seconds down from personal best." GG. Which is like 3 full minutes down from... Yeah, Gravitron will join me if I help you, but I'm not interested. Yeah, the RNG there can be so brutal if you get unlucky. It's insane. Like the idea that Gigante can just show up, body you, and just demolish you is so brutal. Honestly, for the optimal run, you might want to like take Benoit out of the party for this section. So that he can't go first before Marin. I feel like that might actually be valid, that you take him out. Alright, so the gun is in the chest here to the left that I just passed by. But seeing as he has the Elf Scimitar equipped, it doesn't matter. That escape just failed. You've got to be kidding me. I hate that arrow is 1 tile off. Like it's 1 tile too far to the left, and it actually infuriates me. That cave is empty. Alright. Yeah, the sub 42 is dead so far, since that would require you to like finish now. Yeah, I was about to say, I adore the theme of this, the Crystal Crown. The fact there's no jumps here also kind of ticks me off. Like, it looks like such a great spot to have some jumps, but no. None. I've checked. Except for the one that's indicated. Ouch. How'd that go? Note how D casually died. I don't bother healing this because, like, the first turn, you summon Jean, and you heal cold and tired right away anyways. So there's no real need. Oh my god. That was annoying. The best part is that there's no griffins in this cave right now. That nothing can body you while you're running up to it. Well, I mean, they can, but the chance is lower. And as I say that, okay. Okay, perfect. Less perfect. Wow. Can we appreciate how I have missed more hits than I do on a normal run in like 2 seconds? Like, what is this? Nah, Boom misses. They're not tired or anything. There's literally no reason for them to be missing this much. You know, I don't know what's going on. Marin isn't hitting as hard. See, I don't get it. That crit followed by him attacking Marin is like the biggest yes, 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 no moment I've ever had in my life. Because I think we just straight up lose. Yep. Come on, Marin. I have no clue. Like, I wish I could tell you, but I have no clue, like, how this compares. Like, I legit don't know. I don't know when my best times of killing Zephyr. So, this could be world record, this could not be world record. I have no clue. I mean, I hope it is, but... Also, the reason I didn't cut it off after killing Zephyr is because you have to go through this. And there's definitely a possibility of screwing it up there. Like, you could end your timer, you could... accidentally, like, collect the gold, you could... You know, you could do a lot of things. It's still a very technical walk, so... I completely forgot that there is the entire section with Benoit. And then walking back. I mean, I know, I don't forget it. It's just whenever I'm at the end of a run, I'm like, oh my god, yes, we killed him. And then this happens and you're like, ugh. It's just mashing, you know. I really feel like we should change the rules to make it end at killing Zephyr. I don't know. Look at this time. We killed him at like 43:50. Look at that chest being unopened, by the way. Yeah, that is the last gameplay moment, so... It's not the same as Millennium 1, where you actually have a gameplay moment right until the screen shows. Because your last gameplay is entering the cave. I don't know. Yeah, you're great, Benoit. I love our Merlin's like, I want to come too, and it's like, no. No. You can join, but you're not going to be... Come on, give me that complete screen. Alright, so now is the heart-pounding check on speedrun.com for what the current best time is. Oh. Oh. Bomb. Previous world record is 48 minutes 32. So that is a GG, I would say.